Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. And today we have a video from Swagkage, this one called 15 Characters Stronger Than Naruto, Debunked. Now, it's interesting because I was asked to react to this video and the comment was made on a video that I put out, which I reacted to, where I reacted to a video from Set the Programmer, and I thought that it was him who posted the the video to his channel, because as you can see in the search, I searched Set the Programmer 15 Characters Stronger Than Naruto, but it turns out it wasn't Set the Programmer, it was Swagkage instead. So I'm hoping, if you're watching this, I'm hoping this is the video that you mentioned. So let's go ahead and full screen this. Just check the video.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Swagkage here. So this video format might be a bit weird. I don't really do this very often. I did do something.
And just out of curiosity, if this is from the website that I think it's from, I think I can already expect the kind of quality list that Swagkage is about to go through.
Like this once before when I poked fun at the Versus Battle Wiki's Naruto tier list, but I haven't really dabbled in this style of video making since then. But a lot of people have either mentioned or directly linked this list to me, and oh boy, it's a list made by Screen Rant.
Okay,
let me
so it is Screen Rant. Yeah, it is Screen Rant.
See, there you go. Screen
Oh
Rant.
joy!
And these people don't have a fantastic track record. Geekdom made a video about them a couple years back.
Yeah, Geekdom does a lot of videos. Geekdom did some videos where he basically debunked some Screen Rant lists where they talk about Dragon Ball, and he has a Dragon Ball channel, so oh boy, this is gonna be fun.
Pretty bad list about like 15 Dragon Ball plot holes, and it was pretty missing.
I saw this video, and yeah, a lot of the plot holes that they mentioned aren't plot holes.
It was very clear the guy didn't do his research,
yeah,
and wasn't really a huge fan of Dragon Ball, and this seems to be the exact same thing all over again. But I'm gonna go ahead and say that this list is way worse than that one. Let me also preface this by like really emphasizing this part of the title.
Okay.
Way more powerful.
See, here's the thing. When they're talking about way more powerful than Naruto, they have to clarify which version of Naruto are you talking about. Are you talking about part 1? Oh god, what was the name? The Zabuza arc? Are you talking about Zabuza arc Naruto? Are you talking about Chunin exams Naruto? Are you talking about Tsunade retrieval Naruto? Are you talking about the Sasuke retrieval arc Naruto? Which Naruto are you talking about?
You can see here too, just right off the bat, he's got Rock Lee and Kabuto as a part of this list. He also has Sasuke, and that's debatable. You know, I don't want to get into that.
See, here's the thing. Sasuke is the only character that you can really go into a debate as to who's more powerful. Because, I mean, Kishimoto did say in one of the data books that where they are now, they're actually kind of equal. So, although considering their current circumstances, I feel like that debate needs to be kind of revisited. So, that's the only one where I feel like there's an actual debate there. But everyone else, forget it. I'm sorry, just no. I can already tell I'm going to disagree with everything on this list.
Because like some people are like, yeah, Sasuke is stronger than Naruto now. It's been indicated at the end of the series. I mean, I'm just going to say for the sake of argument that it could go either way, and that Sasuke definitely isn't way more powerful.
Yeah, I wouldn't say way
he's not really
more powerful.
The worst person you could have picked for a list like this. Let's just start going through. So here he has like an intro bit, and he's like, yeah, Naruto used to be really good because the fights were smart and clever, and it was gritty. Then it went through some like DBZ level power creep, and now it's bad. Don't really know how that's.
I mean, a lot of people do have that criticism.
I will. Okay, sure, dude. But well, after you guys see all the people he put here, I'm pretty sure you're not even going to believe that he's actually sat down and either watched.
Hold on. Sorry, pause. I got to read this. Naruto was revealed to be the reincarnation of one of the prominent members of the Otsutsuki clan. He also gained full control of the power of the Demon Fox and became a master of using Senjutsu. Naruto's practically unstoppable in combat. So, okay, hold on a minute. Hold on. Here's what I don't get. They pretty much say, according to them, Naruto was practically unstoppable in combat by the end of the series, and yet you made a list talking about 15 characters that are way more powerful than Naruto. But you said in your article that by the end of the series he became borderline unstoppable. So which is it? Also, revealed to be the reincarnation of one of the prominent members of the Otsutsuki clan. Here's the thing: I wouldn't call Ashura one of the prominent members of the Otsutsuki clan. I mean, him and Indra are the sons of the Sage of the Six Paths, and even the Sage of the Six Paths, like, he wasn't full 100% Otsutsuki. Like, yeah, his mother was Kaguya, but his father was human. So he's technically half Otsutsuki, half human. And his sons were, I mean, he married a human to give them birth, and I think it was stated, now this was anime only, so technically this wasn't in the manga, but that's the only story that we have. His mother was stated to have died at childbirth, so unfortunately we never knew who the mother was, not that it technically matters to the story, but even they're less Otsutsuki than their own dad, who was only half Otsutsuki. Unless you're telling me that Otsutsuki DNA is a lot like, oh boy, I'm going to bring this franchise into it. Unless you're telling me that Otsutsuki DNA is a lot like Viltrumite DNA, where it's so strong that even if your other biological parent wasn't Otsutsuki, you're still almost nearly full Otsutsuki. Like, that's just how powerful their blood is, just on a biological level. So, I have issues with this statement. One of the prominent members of the Otsutsuki clan. I wouldn't call Ashura one of the prominent members. I wouldn't even call Indra one of the prominent members of the Otsutsuki clan. I'm sorry, I gotta call BS on that.
Naruto from front to back. So I don't know how you could have an opinion like that. Maybe you had a friend who told you about it. I don't know, but let's just get going. So here we have Rock Lee and my guy, and he says that they would be able to kill Naruto because they have the 8th gate. Here's basically what he says. He's like, the 8 gates are really strong. When Lee first used them against Gaara, we got to see that they can be used for a person to surpass their limits and become super strong.
But
and
then
he says that, so Guy finally opened the 8th gate during his fight against Madara, and it was just what we expected. Therefore, Guy and Lee could kill any living person in combat. He also specifies during the Boruto era. He puts it in parentheses to make sure people know.
Here's the thing. This move caused half of Madara's body to be obliterated despite the numerous powers that he possessed at the point in the story. Here's the thing. Did they forget to mention that in that fight, Guy himself had a ton of help from other members of the Allied Shinobi forces? Specifically Kakashi, Rock Lee, and fucking Minato. Whom, look, you go back and look at that fight. If it wasn't for them, Guy would have died. And the thing that they keep forgetting about that fight is that Madara wasn't taking the fight seriously. He was dicking around. That I guess you could say is one of his biggest character flaws, is that he continues to dick around. Because he could have just annihilated everyone immediately, especially when he became Jubi Jinchuriki Madara. Like, he could have just killed them all instantly, but he loved to dick around. He loved to fight. And I hate whenever people try to use that excuse of, oh, well, you see, my guy was with the 8th gate was nearly able to kill Madara, not acknowledging that Madara was dicking around again throughout the entire fight. And my guy had help from other members whom, again, if it wasn't for them, my guy would have died. I feel like a lot of people love to conveniently forget that fact.
No, he's talking about Boruto era. Guy is in a wheelchair, and Lee can't use the 8th gate.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they could, 8th gate guy couldn't really do anything against Madara. I mean, he did, like, blow off half of his body, but he did this after Madara stood there and, like, let him get ready to perform the night guy. And he also had assistance from, like, 4 people.
Thank you.
Then Sage of Six Paths Naruto came out, not even at full power, and just whacked Madara around with no issues whatsoever. Madara was having a good time against Guy.
Yeah.
He was freaking out against Naruto. He was like, what is going on? What did Obito do back there? I need answers now. Yeah, anyway, moving on. Number 14,
come on,
we have
no.
Orochimaru. So he says that Orochimaru could beat Naruto because basically nobody's been able to kill him yet. He manages to cheat death in one way or another a lot, and I mean, he only really does this one time. And second, he knows the Reaper Death Seal, so somehow, yeah, he'd be able to kill Naruto with the Reaper Death Seal. That's the guy's argument, and no,
No. Just no.
Hiruzen couldn't do it to Orochimaru. There is no way, given that information, that Orochimaru would be able to do the same thing to Naruto Uzumaki.
I'm sorry, but no.
Some
Yeah.
of you may have already seen this. At number 13, he has Minato.
No,
and he
I'm
doesn't
sorry,
mention
again, no.
Minato's Biju mode or his Sage mode or any of that stuff, which, don't get me wrong, that wouldn't put him above Naruto, but that's just some of the stuff you'd expect him to say. Well, this is why Minato would be able to compete with him. He has the same abilities or, something stupid. But no, what he says is Minato can use Flying Raijin to teleport, and so Naruto just can't keep up with him. He wouldn't be able to win in a fight. And, like, remember when Tobirama tried to hit Madara with a Flying Raijin and he was just like, whoosh? Nope. That is exactly what would happen if Minato tried to do the same thing, except it would be like 100 times worse. Next, Obito Uchiha. No. Obito could suck Naruto into the Kamui dimension, therefore he would win. That's this guy's reasoning. Obito couldn't even react to Minato. I am not referring to the Obito that fought Minato when he was like 14 or whatever, because that's kind of not fair. That's like a young Obito. He got way stronger. I'm talking about Obito during the Fourth War, when Minato like warps over to him and then he like slashes his throat open with a kunai, and Obito couldn't do anything about it, and he clearly isn't talking about Jubito, because Jubito can't use Kamui, so yeah,
which was honestly
really
kind of
great list so far.
I mentioned this before, but that was like a bit of what was it? Oh yeah, some author meddling from Kishimoto, like just giving this BS reason to keep Obito from using Kamui, because he kind of knows that if Obito was able to use Kamui along with everything, he would have been borderline unstoppable.
Is Kawaki? I mean, we don't really know what Kawaki's capable of yet, so sure, I guess.
Here's the thing. I've seen a lot of people lately, especially in the recent chapters of the Boruto manga, which I won't spoil for anyone who still wants to read them. Here's the thing I have to say about Kawaki. I get that a lot of people want to hype him up. I get that. I do. And I will admit that out of all of the new characters that were introduced in the Boruto era, Kawaki is without a doubt the best written out of all of them. I will admit that. Now, in terms of whether or not he could beat Naruto, the answer to that is no. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't want to go into any more than that, because that would include spoilers. But if you've been keeping up with the manga, you probably know what it is I'm referring to by saying that he can't beat Naruto. And again, I know there's probably going to be people in the comments saying, well, what about this? And to those people, I will say, please don't do that, because there's probably going to be people reading the comments who haven't read the manga, and you're probably going to spoil it for them. So just keep that in mind, please. But all I will say is, considering the topic of the video, no, Kawaki cannot beat Naruto. Even, I feel like, okay, I can probably say this because I'm pretty sure almost everyone already knows about this, if you've been keeping up with the franchise. Even in Chapter 1, what we saw in the future, where we saw Konoha destroyed and Kawaki's right there and he's fighting Boruto, and considering what we know now about everything, I will still say even that version of Kawaki still can't beat Naruto. That's all I'll say.
Didn't have that one. 10 is Kabuto.
No.
The reason he says this isn't because of Kabuto's Sage mode or anything. It's just like, well, Kabuto can reanimate everyone who ever died, and you can get like really strong people Naruto can't beat. And what he says exactly is that Kabuto was he only lost because an alliance made up of like every ninja ever gathered to fight against him, and anything less would have been baby mode difficulty for him. He would have been able to easily deal with it, and he also goes on to call the Edo Tensei summons unstoppable regenerating zombies, and I guess he doesn't know that the truth-seeking orbs, which Naruto can use, can
which
nullify
he for some
Edo
reason
Tensei
decides
regeneration.
not to.
And no matter how many people Kabuto brought back, if they were to fight 7th Hokage Naruto, it would practically be like a repeat of what happened when Madara was first revived and he fought the 4th Division. It would be a complete slaughter. Nobody would even put a scratch on him. Number 9 is Yamato. I'm not even going to talk about
No, you don't need to. Just
Number
move
8
on.
is the remaining tailed
No.
beasts. This is just as dumb as Yamato. Naruto still has access to all of their powers. Like,
Which
I know
he,
that
again,
they're
never
all
uses.
roaming around the planet right now, but he was able to use their powers while, like after they had been sucked into the Ghetto Mazo, turned into the Ten Tails, absorbed by Madara, who then transformed into Kaguya. So no reason to assume he wouldn't be able to use their abilities while they are much less far removed from him. Like, the guy's like, yeah, you know, man, if anybody wants to take out Naruto or B, all they have to do is gather some of the Biju. And it's like, Naruto and B fought the Biju, and they fucking won. I don't... Number 7 is Madara. This is iffy.
No,
It's
still
debatable
no.
whether or not Hokage Naruto could beat Madara. That's something that I'd probably have to spin like a whole...
Hold on. I definitely think Madara would win, but this guy doesn't do much to explain why he thinks so. I mean, if we're talking Hokage Naruto with, 6-path stage mode and the full 9 tails, I mean, then again, Madara would be the Jinchuriki of the fucking 10 tails. And dual Rinnegan Madara? I don't know. I mean, well, then again, we did react to a video from Seth where he talks about whether or not adult Sasuke could beat Madara. And yeah, Hokage Naruto wins. Yeah, Hokage Naruto wins.
Whole video talking about. So, sure, you can have this one. I wouldn't go so far as to say that Madara...
Although if we're talking end of series Naruto, like not Hokage Naruto, if we're talking dual Rinnegan, Jubei Jinchuriki Madara versus the Naruto that we saw in the 4th grade Ninja War arc, then yeah, I would say maybe Madara wins this, because I think even Kishimoto realized that he made Madara too strong, and that even Naruto and Sasuke with their power-ups wouldn't be able to do anything. So yeah, I would say Madara wins that fight, but if we're talking Hokage Naruto, then no. I'm sorry, just no.
He's way more powerful than Naruto, but, fine. But, so...
Oh, come on.
He puts Deidara on the list, and he also put Deidara above Madara. He says that Naruto wouldn't be able to win because Deidara's C0 blast was just way too strong. Let's read this out loud. Deidara's microscopic bombs and his final C0 explosives required Masashi Kishimoto to dig deep into his pile of excuses in order to save Sasuke's life. This required him to use a combination of the summoning technique and a high-level genjutsu in the space of a few seconds before an explosion took place, which are abilities beyond that of Naruto's capabilities. Naruto withstood the explosion created by Indra's arrow, hitting 2 tailed beast bomb like 6 pads Rasen Shuriken. You could probably see that shit from space. Deidara's suicide bomb is not gonna do anything to him, even assuming he isn't fast enough to do what Heavy Sasuke did, which is also dumb. If he got hit by the explosion, he'd 100% survive, I promise. Number 5 is Choji. He says Choji would win because of the 3 colored pills.
Dude, no.
And he also mentions Jirobo. He mentions Jirobo from part 1 in a list about characters who are stronger than Hokage Naruto. I'm not even gonna spend any time talking about why this doesn't make sense. Just visualize Choji fighting Naruto and winning. Number 4 is Kaguya. Okay, sure. Whatever.
Well,
this one too. Don't really have any complaints from me.
Well, I would say, personally, considering, again, I feel like I've said this before, but considering Naruto and Sasuke, while not even at full power, were able to shit all over Fuse Momoshiki, who I think was confirmed to be stronger than Kaguya. I would say Kaguya if she fought Hokage Naruto. Maybe if we're talking full powered Hokage Naruto, then I don't think Kaguya would survive. But if she were to fight Naruto and Sasuke full powered in the Boruto era, yeah, she's done.
Can we talk about Donzo being on this list? He also
Dude,
doesn't
just
mention
move on. Just move
Izanagi
on. Don't even waste your time.
in these little text blurbs. He just mentions that Donzo has Senju and Uchiha DNA, and that he wanted them so that he could control Kurama. So if you're arguing that the ability to control Kurama would allow Donzo to win, if it was that simple, Obito would have done that, Madara would have done that, Kaguya would have done that, Sasuke would have done it during the battle in the Final Valley. Donzo. Let's basically just boil this down to the same thing I did with Choji. Just visualize Donzo fighting Hokage Naruto and winning. The next two are Momoshiki and Sasuke, which are Momoshiki did get busted up by a Rasengan thrown by Boruto, and this Rasengan was provided by Naruto, and then Sasuke, I already talked about Sasuke at the beginning of the video, so I won't waste any more time here. So, this is like a really big, fat...
Yeah, dude, this is a fucking horrible
on
list.
Screen Rant's reputation right here. There's no way this guy has ever sat down and actually, watched Naruto or Reddit or anything. Maybe he's seen, a couple YouTube clips of it or something, but... it's like he wrote this list after his boss was like, all right, get on Naruto Wiki, you got 30 minutes, and, this was the result. I actually really hope this guy makes another Naruto list, and if he does, I want you guys to keep me informed about it. Link me to it, tell me about it, whatever you have to do, because this shit is really funny. Anyway, I think that's going to be all from me, so, thanks for watching the video all the way through to the end.
Oh, look, he made one on Sasuke. We could watch that, too.
Debunk style videos, just ask. And yeah, till my next video, talk to you guys later. Swagkage out. Bye.
Okay, so that was it. Yeah, so I think I said this in the beginning of the video. I had an idea as to what website they were probably referring to. I recognized the font, believe it or not, on the website, so I thought, oh, this had to be Screen Rant. And then, yep, turned out to be Screen Rant. And just as I expected, the list was awful. The list was awful. They got one thing that maybe, again, they talked about Sasuke, but again, the list was 15 characters way more powerful than Naruto. The thing is, Sasuke at the end, again, if we're talking Boruto or Sasuke, Kishimoto himself said that at this point they're pretty much equal in power. So, that doesn't make him way more powerful than Naruto. That makes him the only character who can even fight Naruto at that point. That's how strong Naruto was, and Naruto and Sasuke were at the end of the series. So strong they needed to be depowered just so the plot could even happen. And personally, again, yeah, this is a horrible list. But look, from what I can tell, they made another one on Sasuke. So if you guys want us to watch that, then just let me know. Sorry, give me a sec. Sorry about that. Just had to take care of something real quick. Okay, I'm just gonna end this video right here, guys. Thank you so much again for watching and or listening. Remember to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't. Click the bell icon to let you know whenever I post a new video. And remember to stay safe, take care of yourselves, and please join me for the next video. Bye for now.